Hey everybody, Akamatzu here, back with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the nominees in the 2021 the Game Awards, game of the big award show that Jeff Keighley throws on every year. We're going to be taking a look at the categories. I haven't taken a look at them, and we're going to be voting on and discussing which one I think should win each category. I'm probably going to be starting from the bottom and then working my way all the way to the game of the year at the tail end. So, without further ado, let's get this started. Let's go with best esport event, recognizing an event across single or multiple days that delivers a best of the class experience for participants and broadcast audience. We got the 2021 League of Legends World Championships, the International 2021, I don't even know what that is. The PGL Major Stockholm 2021, PUBG Mobile Global Championships, and Valorant Champions Tour Stage 2 Master. I'm going to vote because I'm going to vote on every category, but I will tell you I do not follow these esports. The only esports I follow are Tekken and fighting games. So I don't even know what to pick. I'm going to go with Valorant because I hear that it's a good game. So this is part of voting that sucks. All right, next category. Now, does it save our? It saves. Good, good, good. Best esport coach. The esports coach judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2021. I don't even know who any of these people are. I apologize. Gonna go off. I'm gonna go with this guy. Don't know who he is. Moving on. Best esports team. Recognizing a specific team, not the fully organization judge the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2021. Let's see here. We got Valorant. I know who this guy is. We got Team Spirit. We have Counter Strike. We got League of Legends. And we got COD. I'm going to pick this because I actually know who this guy is. I don't know his name. I know his face. Best esports athlete. Wow. 4 esports awards. I wonder how people are going to receive these awards. I feel like the broader audience won't care about this stuff. Best esports athlete. Yes. I don't know who they are. We're going with Tyson because I think that's the name. That's the guy I know. We're going with Tyson. Okay, best esports game. Okay, hey, a little bit more broader so I can have an opinion on it. For the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to the players, including inclusion of tournaments, community support, content updates, irrespective of the genre or platform. Well, I don't play any of these. I don't watch any of these. I have a dislike for CS:GO because of some dumb reasons, some high school incident. Call of Duty, I was never really a big fan of, but I'm going to be doing a marathon of all the campaigns on my Twitch channel because of the subathon incentive. And Dota, League, and Valorant. I heard Valorant is just like uh, Counter Strike. Let's go with Valorant. This is a hard category to have an opinion on. More esports. Hey, here we go. All right, let's go. Most anticipated game, recognizing an announced game that has demonstratedly illustrated potential to push the gaming media forward. We got Elden Ring, looking forward to that. God of War Ragnarok, looking forward to that. Horizon Forbidden West, I'm gonna play, but I'm not too crazy about it. The sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I'm looking forward to it, but the trailer made it look like it's more of the same, which is not a bad thing, but I, I'm not a diehard Zelda fan, but I did play Breath of the Wild and loved it. Played it for 17 days straight. And Starfield, I feel like it's kind of hard to have an opinion on Starfield because you don't know that much about it. Like, I mean, we barely saw much about all of these games we saw stuff about except Starfield. So I feel like Starfield is the hardest one to have an opinion about here. For me, it's between Elden Ring and God of War. I haven't played a From Software Souls game that I dislike. Even Dark Souls 2, I like it. God of War Ragnarok, I love every God of War game, even Ascension that I can't, I don't think is that great. Horizon, I have played the first one 3 times to try to like the game, and I just can't like it. So, Horizon is probably my second least out of all these. I'm gonna have to go with it's hard God of War. I Elden Ring, you're gonna get played to death, probably challenge runs, but it's God of War, man. They haven't done me wrong yet. Neither has Elden Ring or From Software. They haven't done me wrong either, but it's kind of hard. It's a hard choice. I like this. This is what we need. This is what we want in this video. All right, moving on to the next category. We got Best Debut Indie. For the best debut indie game by a new independent studio. So it's not a studio that's released indie games prior. I didn't play The Forgotten City. I don't know what The Artful Escape is. I did play Kenya Bridges Spirits, and I thought it was great. I didn't play Sable, and I didn't play Valheim. So, gonna have to give it the Kenya Bridge of Spirits. I imagine all of these games are good in their own right. We don't shame indie games in this house, but Kenya Bridge of Spirits was pretty good. It looked great. I still need to work on a thoughts video for this channel, but it looked great. It played like a PlayStation 2 game, or it felt like a PlayStation 2 game, which good or bad depending on who you talk to. But I thought it was good. I recommend it. So nice category. Content Creator of the Year. It's great to see people who weren't on it last year. I don't know any of these people, and I'm a content creator myself. The only person I know is Dream, and I only know him by name, so that's who I'm picking. I'm gonna pick the girl because it's 4 guys, 1 girl. Let's pick the girl. For streamer or content creator who has made an impact and positive impact on community in 2021. Yeah, let's uplift our girl content creators. They get bullied for their looks and stuff and told they don't belong in this media. It's stupid by stupid people. Sadly, I don't know any of them besides Dream. Best multiplayer game of the year. All right. So I thought Back for Blood was going to be on this, and honestly, I'm going to go right off the back and pick Back for Blood. I think Back for Blood is a great game. It's a bit really hard. If you don't have friends to play the game with, good luck beating the game on Nightmare with randoms. If you've done it, you are a legend. But my God, did I have the hardest time beating the game on veteran with randoms. Second place would have been Monster Hunter Rise. Sadly, it doesn't get the cake, not because it's on the Switch. I perfectly am fine with it on the Switch, but because the game itself feels like it's suffering from not a full effort of a Monster Hunter game compared to Monster Hunter World, which was the previous one. I didn't play anything before Monster Hunter World, so Rise sadly feels like a step back in terms of overall stuff you can do in the game. The game itself is fun and I enjoy playing it, but I have only played it for 300 hours, where World based game I played for 700, or not even 300, like not even 200 hours. So there's an overall lack of appeal for Rise, sadly, compared to World, and it feels like they're not giving it their best effort. I know that's going to piss off some people, but we had Knockout City, dodgeball game. It Takes Two. Sadly, I don't have enough friends to play this game with, but it didn't appeal to me anyway. New World, which I hear is a very bad game. And Valheim, again, never played it, so kind of hard to have opinions on these games. I think Back for Blood deserves it. Moving on to best sports/racing games. I'm not that big on racing games or sports games, but I am looking forward to the new Fight Night that is rumored to be coming out. And I'm looking forward to Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 5 whenever, more than 5 people can get them. We got F1 2021, we have FIFA 2022, we have Forza Horizon 5, which I hear is fantastic. Never played a Forza game. The last racing game I played was Project Gotham Racing 2. Go Google how old that game is. Hot Wheels Unleashed and Riders Republic. I heard Riders Republic was actually pretty okay. I heard it was pretty okay, but I'm gonna have to give this to Forza just because it's the game I heard the most about. I didn't even know Hot Wheels Unleashed was a video game. Um, I mean, I might possibly play this myself. Not the chances ain't high, but yeah, it's the only one I've heard beyond good criticism for. Kind of hard to have an opinion about this one. Next is best sim slash strategy game. Best game focusing on real time or turn based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. We got Age of Empire 4, Evil Genius World Domination. Haven't played both of these. Mankind. Haven't played it. Inscription. Haven't played it. And Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm going to have to go with Microsoft Flight Simulator because I heard raving things about this game when it came out. I heard in VR it's fantastic. I think of all these games, at first glance, it's the one that you would probably shake your head at the most and be like, does it? I don't know about this game, but I heard it was fantastic. Sadly, I didn't get to play any of these because there's only enough time and money to go around. So, kind of hard again to have a opinion on this one, unfortunately. But I heard great things about Microsoft Flight Simulator. Moving on to the next category, we got Best Family Game, aka the Nintendo Award. Four out of five of these is Nintendo, literally. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of platform and genre. Platform, really? Four out of the five are Nintendo games. We got It Takes Two, Mario Party Superstars, the new Pokemon Snap, which I heard a lot of buzz about before it came out, but then it came out and I heard nothing about it. Seems like people dropped it in a couple days. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, plus Bowser's Fury and WarioWare. I haven't heard anything about WarioWare. I gotta say, it came out and that was it. I'm gonna have to go with Super Mario Party Superstars just because it's the game I'm the most familiar with. Granted, I've never played a Mario Party game, which I need to remedy someday, but I've watched people play them on stream. I've seen footage of them. I've seen them in person, but never played them. And it seems like it would be the game that's the most fun out of all of these. And in second place, I'd probably pick Wario Party because the old Wario Party, I think that was on either the Wii or the GameCube. People talk a lot of buzz about it. So I imagine this one's probably good too. I did play the old Pokemon Snap, but I have a Switch and I just didn't really care to play the new one. So sorry, it's Take Two, and sorry, Bowser's Fury. Sorry. Moving on, next category, we got best fighting game. Nice, my genre. Gonna go ahead and give it the Guilty Gear Strive. I'm sorry, everything else. For the best game design, primarily around head-to-head combat, we had Demon Slayer. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that stuff. Something Chronicles, the Hinokami Chronicles. We have Guilty Gear Strive. We have Melty Blood Type Illumina. I think I mispronounced that. I never even heard of this game. Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. I think it's their version of Smash. And Virtual Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. Virtual Fighter 5 would have probably been my third choice simply because it's a game that's, it's a re-release of an older game, but it's a good older game. Guilty Gear Strive. Their previous game was Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. They've been making Guilty Gear games forever, which I feel have been flying under the radar in the fighting in the FGC for a long time. I feel like Dragon Ball Z Fighters has finally propelled them to a place in the FGC where they earn their spot. And I've heard nothing but great things about Strive. I haven't played the game myself. I'm a bit behind on fighting games. It's just so many video games now. I feel like that's a problem. There's so many video games you can't play them all now, even if you want to, or you can't have enough time with them that you want to if you have a vast interest in games. But Guilty Gear Strive here is amazing. I watched it at the Red Bull Kumite event. That was not that far in the past. Far in the past. What a weird phrase. And it was fun to watch. Even though I haven't played the game myself, I hear nothing but great things about it. Moving on to best role playing game. How dare you put Cyberpunk 2077 in this game? I am giving it to Tales of Arise after reading all these, but we're gonna read the stuff. I'm getting ahead of myself in these. For the best game design with rich character customization progression, including massive multiplayer experience. Rich character customization and progression does not include Cyberpunk. I'm sorry. That game is really shallow. I've played 130 hours of it, did 2 playthroughs. It's extremely shallow. Monster Hunter Rise, massive multiplayer experience. It falls a little short. I didn't like Scarlet Nexus when I first played it. But then I started playing it off stream at my own time, and I actually enjoy the game now. It's quite nice. But compared to Tales of Arise is it's a fantastic video game. If you got an anima stigma, you probably won't like this game. But oh my god, was this game amazing. Amazing. Sadly, I have not gotten around to playing Shin Megami Tensei 5, which I own because I've been playing so much Dead by Daylight right now. But I am looking forward to playing it because I am a big fan of the Persona games. So this one's a little bit biased because, well, no, I've played four of the five in this one. But Tales of Arise blew me out of the water. Absolutely loved the game. Okay, moving on to the next category, we have Best Action slash Adventure. For the Best Action slash Adventure game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. It's not going to Resident Evil Village for me. I can't give it the Ratchet and Clank because Ripped Apart because I haven't been able to play it. And I think this is a good time because this is the first PlayStation 5 exclusive game that's popped up in the list. My voting is going to be very biased because these PlayStation 5 games, I can't vote on them because I haven't been able to play them. They just like everyone else who probably wants one, getting these consoles to play this stuff has been a chore. It feels like it's a full-time job. I understand the global shortage and everything. It just still sucks, to want to give your money away and you can't. But these I feel like for the user, majority of people voting on this will not be able to vote for the PlayStation 5 games because there's a high chance they haven't been able to play them. So sadly, I automatically disqualify Ratchet and Clank. Now, the voting that we're going to watch on the show is going to be done by, I think, like 90% critics. So our say doesn't really matter. But, uh, best action adventure game. I'm going to have to give this to Metroid Dread. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. This game's going to live in the shadows of Marvel's Avengers for those who dislike that game and don't want to play it, but you should play it. Guardians of the Galaxy is nothing like Marvel's Avengers and deserves your time. But the time I played at Metroid Dread was fantastic. I've heard nothing but great things about Psychonauts 2. I've heard nothing but great things about Ratchet and Clank. I have mixed feelings about Resident Evil Village, but Metroid Dread was amazing. My first Metroid game I've ever played. I thought I would hate the genre because I didn't think I would like that style of game. I played it. Boy, was I wrong. These two games would be my 1 and 2 in this category. It's game. Go play Dread. Next category is Best Action Game. For best game in the action genre, primarily focusing on combat. I know I read that wrong. Again, I instantly disqualify Returnal because I have not been able to play it myself. Chivalry 2, I didn't play, but I watched like 5 minutes of it. It seems like it was a fun game. Back for Blood was really fun. Deathloop, I don't think it's anywhere near as good as critics say it is. Critics were giving this game a 10 out of 10. I think at best it's a 7, maybe a 7.5. I don't like giving games reviews like that, but since they gave one in their own metrics, I would give it a 7. And I had fun with Far Cry 6. I would put Far Cry 6 over Deathloop. The gunplay was just more fun in it. I'm gonna give this to Back for Blood. My second place would be Far Cry. My third place would probably be Deathloop because I haven't played Returnal or Chivalry. But Back for Blood was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the updates when they give reasonable updates and don't just buff all the monsters. Um, or stuff like that. But I'm looking for the expansion stuff that's gonna be coming out in the months. And I had a great time with Far Cry 6. So yeah, Back for Blood. It's a great game. I'd recommend you play it. Moving on, the best VR slash augment reality game. I can't vote on this because I don't have VR, but I'm going to pick Hitman 3. I'm a Resident Evil fan, but I'm not going to pick Resident Evil 4 simply because it's exclusive to the Facebook model, and I think that's scummy. I know politics. I know. Ugh. Moving on. This category, I don't have VR. VR is too rich for my blood. I wish I had money to be able to play it. I would like to play Resident Evil 7 in VR, but yeah, it's just too rich for my blood. Unfortunate. I think that's the problem with VR in general. The cost of entry is just too high. Innovation and accessibility. Give shit to Ubisoft all they want, but Ubisoft, they do works in spades with accessibility in their video games. If you go to their video games, they allow you to customize everything, despite the controversy that the company is facing with their how they handle their employees and stuff. I still think they earn it, beside the politics and, human rights stuff, which they should treat their workers fairly and, not sexually harass them. But from Assassin's Creed, the Far Cry to what's the other one? Watch Dogs Legion, which was last year. But these games' accessibility options are amazing. They're, I think, the gold standard in video games. It's amazing. Um, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy was also good. I can't speak on anything else because I haven't played them, but recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the media forward by adding features, technology, and content to help gamers be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Yeah, Far Cry 6 wins this easily for me. Next category is best community support. So, like ongoing games that the community puts content out for and the devs patch it, I guess. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, and exclusive of social media activity, game updates slash patches. This easily goes to Final Fantasy 14. I have heard nothing but positive stuff about Final Fantasy 14's community. We're going to be playing 14 for the first time in our Final Fantasy marathon that we're going to be doing on the channel eventually. But I have heard nothing but great things about this community, how welcoming they are, how nice they are. Being a Final Fantasy 11 player myself, I can attest to how nice the Final Fantasy community is in a different MMO. So Final Fantasy 14, I think wins this easily. I don't really pay attention to the other communities in these other games, because I don't really play them. The only one I've played was No Man's Sky. So uh, I wouldn't be surprised if Final Fantasy 14 walks away with this. Walking away, we have best mobile game. I haven't played a mobile game in like a couple years. We have for the best game playable on mobile devices. We have Genshin Impact. We have Fanasia, Fantasian. I Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that. League of Legends Wild Rift. We have Marvel Future Revolution and Pokemon Unite. I am probably going to give it the Genshin Impact because that's the one that I'm the most familiar with. Kind of hard to have an opinion on this category because I don't really play mobile games. So, next category, we got Best Indie. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside of the traditional publisher system. We have 12 Minutes, Death's Door, Inscription, Kenya, Bridge of Spirit, and Loop Hero. I have not played Inscription, Death Door, or Loop Hero. I have heard nothing but great things about Death's Door. I love 12 Minutes, and I had a great time in Kenya, Bridge of Spirits. If I had to pick one, it would have to go with 12 Minutes because 12 Minutes was a very different style of game that I've played compared to pretty much anything else I've played this year. It was really cool. It was like a puzzle game. It kept me on my toes. There's a twist in this game you have to experience for yourself. And it stumped me. There was a lot of times I couldn't figure out how the heck to progress forward. It really made you think. Thought it was a really good game. I'm not giving this because it has, Hollywood voice acting. Although the voice acting was great, it was just a really good game, and I recommend it. Next category, we are now below 10 categories to go. We have best ongoing game. Base Pretty much all the same games from best community support. Almost. Award to a game for outstanding development and ongoing content that evolves the player's experience over time. I think this is between Final Fantasy and Fortnite. Fortnite has added so much stuff to the game this year, from Resident Evil to Master Chief to Spider Man to Street Fighter, all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to have to go with 14 because 14's content that is added, I always see ridiculous positive stuff about it. Everyone seems to be happy. It's not like WoW where the stuff gets added in WoW and people are complaining about it a couple days later. Endwalker hype is out of this world. They had stuff come out earlier this year that people were looking forward to. I would have to give it to Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 is, from even just having played it and learning about its success story, I think it just deserves it. Started in a bad place and look at it now, the most successful MMO in the world. Moving on to games for impact, for a thought-provoking game with pro-social meanings or message. I feel like a lot of people are going to make fun of this category because a lot of people suck. We have Before Eyes, never heard of it. Boyfriend Dungeon, never heard of it. Chikori, A Colorful Tale. Sadly, I never heard of that one either. No Longer Home. Sounds like a pretty cool game. And Life is Strange True Colors. I'm going to be biased and pick Life is Strange True Colors because that's the only one that I played or know in this category. But I had a great time with Life is Strange True Colors. It was a great time. And there's a twist in this game that you have to play to get as well. It's a good game. I recommend it. Next category is Best Performance. We have award to an individual for voice over acting and motion slash or performance capture. We have Erika Mori as Alex Chen in Life is Strange. Oh, okay, so the main character. We have I get Gina Carlo. I am going to stop that before I butcher his name out of respect. I know who he is only because of Far Cry. I actually haven't seen him in anything outside of Far Cry. The bad guy in Far Cry 6. We have Jason Kelly as Colt Van in Deathloop. We have Maggie Robertson as Lady Demetresque in Resident Evil Village. And we have Ozuma Akaga. I'm so sorry I butchered your name. As Julianne Blake in Deathloop. Don't make fun of me. Words are hard. This is actually kind of hard because I feel like everybody did a well job in this. Um, okay, it's not gonna go to the Far Cry 6 guy because he was barely in the game. I don't know if that's a Far Cry staple, but when he was on screen, he was good, but he was barely in the game. I think Colt did a great job, but there's something off-putting about the delivery of his lines in the game that for me is going to disqualify him and Julianne. And I don't think it's their fault. I think it has to do with COVID, and it seems like it wasn't recorded in normal studio settings. I hate to do it, but that was one of my complaints with the game as I played it. Was the delivery of the lines. While some of them were funny, a majority were funny and great, they felt off, like they weren't actually talking to each other. Like I get the feeling like they were actually talking to each other, but more so talking to a wall that just happens to be talking to each other. If that makes sense. Probably doesn't. Probably got some question marks right in the chat. Um, but yeah, I I didn't enjoy it, or I didn't think it was like you get what I mean. Maggie Roberts as Lady Dimitrescu did a great job. She did a great job, and so did I'm gonna have to give it to Erica as Alex Chang in True Colors. I feel like this is going to be biased by many people because they didn't play Life is Strange True Colors. And I feel like majority of the video game community is hates games like Life is Strange True Colors because sadly because of the stereotype that video game people have, you know, video game people can be pretty toxic. Um, Sad to get kind of dark on this one, but second place I would probably have given it to Maggie, or if it had the third place would have probably either been Jason or Anton. But I think Chain did a great job. I think she did a great job in the game. Best audio design. Sadly, I can only pick between Resident Evil Village and Deathloop. And I'm going to have to give it to Deathloop on this one. Deathloop's sound design was pretty good. I've been bashing the game this entire time, but its audio design was pretty good. That's one thing about the game I can't complain about. Mm, I didn't play Forza Horizon 5. I didn't have the ability to play Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Resident Evil Village, I don't think its sound design is that great. And Returnal, again, couldn't play it. So, uh, it sucks. It sucks. Before we move on to the next category, if you made it this far in the video, have you been having the same feeling with the PlayStation 5 games in these categories? Have they been hard to pick because you haven't been able to play them? Let me know in the comments below. Um, if you've made it this far in the video, then let me know that you made it this far in the video. All right, moving on to the next category. We got 5 categories to get left. We have best score and music for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, or licensed soundtrack. I haven't had the opportunity to play Near Replicant yet. I have an sub incentive to play both that and Near Automata to 100%. I haven't been able to play neither one yet. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, I played in streamer mode, so I didn't really get to experience the soundtrack, which sucks. Deathloop soundtrack is good, and I think the music is really good. I'm going to give it to Cyberpunk. This is the one award I will probably give the Cyberpunk. Its music was actually great. When the combat gets pumping and the soundtrack kicks in, that is when the game to me is very good. Other things we can discuss, but I think the music mixed with the gameplay is really good. They did a good job with the music. I think they did the best job here. I don't know about Guardians of the Galaxy because of the streamer mode, unfortunately, so I'm biased towards that one. Second place would have probably went to Deathloop here. Yeah, second place would have probably went to Deathloop. All right, we have best art direction for outstanding creative or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. We have The Artful Escape. I haven't heard of this game. Deathloop, Kenya Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Immediately, I cannot vote on The Artful Escape, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart because I haven't played these games. Kenya Bridge of Spirits or Deathloop, I think art design, both of these games nailed it. I don't know which one to pick here. This is actually kind of hard. This is actually kind of hard. I'm gonna give it the Kenya Bridge of Spirits. It's an animation team that made a video game, and its animation and art design in the game is just fantastic. They did a great job. They did a fantastic job. I encourage you to play this game to see it. It is really good. Very good. Second place would have been Deathloop. All right. Next category is best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. We have Deathloop, we have It Takes Two, we have Life is Strange True Colors, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2. I'm going to have to give this the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. This game blew me away with its character storytelling, the storytelling in the game, the vibe between the characters, the narrative and where it went. It was, I was not expecting it. I had no interest in playing this game. I got a key from Square Enix and I that made me play the game. If I would have not got that key, I would have not played that game. And boy, would I have missed out if I didn't play this game. This game narratively, the character chemistry is fantastic. I think it's better than the movies. I think this cast is better than the movies. If you haven't played it, do yourself a service and play Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. You won't regret it. The gameplay is the lowest part of the game, though. All right. Moving on, we have Best Game Direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. We have Deathloop. Deathloop is not your normal type of game. It Takes Two. We've seen it before. Returnal. I haven't been able to play it. Psychonauts 2. A platformer, but I hear it's really good. Not that platformer is bad in any way. And Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Of these games, I have to pick Deathloop because it's the only game that I've played. I do have the opportunity. I do have the opportunity to play It Takes Two or Psychonauts 2, but I haven't played them. And Returnal and Ratchet and Clank, I haven't been able to play. I feel like if I was able to play all of these games, it would have been between Returnal and Ratchet and Clank because I heard especially Returnal. I heard it was great, but since I haven't been able to play these, rip, ripperonis. And we have it's getting dramatic. Look at this, it's getting dramatic. We have the big category, Game of the Year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. We have Deathloop. It Takes Two, who I am surprised is here. Metroid Dread. Psychonauts 2. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. And Resident Evil Village. I am shocked that Returnal is not here. Wow. Returnal made it in over It Takes Two. Wow. I can't vote for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart because I haven't been able to play it. Resident Evil Village is not getting my vote. Psychonauts 2, I haven't played. It Takes Two, I haven't played. Deathloop, I have played. And Metroid Dread, I have played. And my Game of the Year pick is Metroid Dread. I know there's people out there that are going to be like, it's a 30 FPS game. It runs on the Switch. It looks like a PS3 game. Yada, yada, yada. We've been seeing these complaints for this game all over the internet. This game's fantastic. If you haven't played it, play it. It's great. It's fun. It's challenging. It's addicting. As someone who was never interested in Metroidvanias, from Castlevania to any Metroid game, I wrote off this genre completely. I wrote off those series completely because I thought I wouldn't play these games. When I wanted to get into Metroid, I wanted to play Metroid Prime, and I never even did it. I bought Metroid Dread because of the negative press. It was everyone saying it was bad. It was terrible. It was not worth the money. It's an indie game. It should have been $40. It comparing it to God of War, comparing it to Last of Us Part 2. Those people out there, if you happen to be watching this video, you got me to buy this game. The exact opposite thing happened that you were trying to do. This game is great. It's fantastic. It is worth your money. It is a fun game. It is not easy. It is challenging and it's fun. It has exploration. It doesn't have crazy character chemistry like Guardians of the Galaxy, which I'm also shocked is not up here now that I think about it. I think that game deserves a Game of the Year nomination. Metroid Dread is easily my favorite game of the year, or in this category. I'm also shocked Tales of Arise is not up here because I would have picked that over Dread. That is my game of the year. Is Metroid Dread is Tales of Arise. Fantastic video game, but it's not here. I was saying over and over it was not going to get nominated because it's a JRPG and there is a stigma in the industry about JRPGs if it's not Final Fantasy VII or Persona 5. And look, it's not here. Play Tales of Arise. If you are a JRPG fan, you gotta play it. It is fantastic. I promise you, you will like it. It is great. Metroid Dread, I promise you, you will like it. As someone who wrote off this entire genre, love it. Plan on doing a second playthrough. So, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Game Award nominations for 2021. What did you guys think? Were there some games not mentioned on in any of the categories? I am shocked that Tales of Arise is not in Game of the Year. Same with Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Did we have similar picks? Did we have different picks? Did we have different opinions? I imagine the Actor of the Year is probably going to be the most controversial. And I had some hot takes on the gaming, on gamers in here. Did we agree on anything? Did we disagree on stuff? Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the gaming in 2021 in general. It's been a weird year. It's been a weird year. While you're down there, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give this video a like, maybe share it with your friends. And yeah, that stuff helps me out here on Twitch. It helps the algorithm, helps my videos get noticed, and yeah, it helps. That's all for me today here. If you would like to find me on other stuff, I have a YouTube channel that has a lot of stuff you can check out, but I stream every day over on Twitch. At my Twitch channel, that is twitch.tv/Akamatzu. We would love to have you if you would like to join us at the recording of this video. I've been hardcore in the Dead by Daylight trying to get all the achievements in the game, but we would love to have you if you would love to join us. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who supports me over on Twitch with, subscriptions and bits. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who is a pledge over on my Patreon. Without your guys' support, combining the two, I would not be able to sit here and do this stuff. I'm a small broadcaster in this big universe. Your guys' support helps me immensely. So thank you all for all your generosity and enjoying what I do, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. Your support and your time above all else. You spending your time on me means the world to me. So thank you so much. And I hope you all have a nice rest of your day. Stay crunchy, amigos.